Are you ready for the eclectic one? AKA Pat is here.
Okay, everyone. Hey, don't mind me. Just experimenting a little bit with, like new designs, new ideas. Let me throw up some of my newer uh banners and layouts and stuff like that. We have this new layout here. Got a new promo running. Check this out. New promo is on the bottom, everyone. AKA Patters. Thank you for joining me. We've been busy. We have been busy. As you can tell, there's now like a full 10-minute intro. The reason for that is I just thought it would be like cool to have a little bit of a green room for me to mentally get ready, because I always feel like I'm rushing to jump on these live streams, and I wanted a little bit of a burn process. And I said, well, I might as well like promote all these other things that I do, start pulling things together. Today, uh, technically, it's the launch of my newsletter. So you can start signing up for my newsletter now. Right over here, you're going to get this Wolfpack trading card. Wolfpack is just something, it's almost like a life mission of mine. The trading card describes that. But Wolfpack is just this idea of living your life like a wolf, even if you're a comic book artist. And how do we live our life like a wolf? Well, we do Monday Night Draw and Claw. My claws are Michelob Ultras because I'll tell you one thing. This is the best cucumber seltzer in the seltzer game. These are phenomenal. Don't let me get you wrong. Like, I'm not tricking you. I'm not trying to pull a wool over your eyes at all. These are great. And one of the only peach seltzers in the game. Also, 80 calories, zero sugar, zero carbs. Hashtag let's just get lit. Let's have a good time. So before we break into what's on my drawing table and what I don't know what I feel like working on. I got so much to do. But cheers to you right there, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This is becoming a regular show, and some of these are spiking in the aftermarket of the views. I'm loving it so much. So what we have here, this is the Remnant, and this is Apostle, I think, Apollo, Apostle, one of the two. But this dude, he's biblical, and he is fighting for his life. And Tribulation Task Force, I did an interview. Hello, Skull Diamond in the house. What's up, buddy? Hey, I got your work in my stack. It's just not here tonight, but one of these nights, hopefully this week, we'll be working on something for you, because I don't know, I was in the mood of drawing a lot of sword stuff, a lot of armor junk, a lot of blood, bulging veins. Anyway, but we got something for Heavy Saga. Trust me, okay? I'm not just joshing you over here. But yeah, so look, here's the thing. I gotta wrap this up. This book just got rebranded. It got retitled. I thought it was good timing. Like help Bob, who did a 30 questions to change your life with me about 2 weeks ago, and I just thought I would kind of pay back a little bit of that favor that he did for me, because I'm eternally grateful for people that participate with me when it comes to the social media journey of mine. But like, I just wanted to pay him back. I wanted to do some extra artwork. He really seems to be in tune with the 90s style, so I thought I would just crank this up even more. So we got this. I could be working on that. This is a really, really big trial by fire sequence here. I might call this guy Brutron, like Brutron or Brutron. because he is a riff on Brutus, who's a riff on Caesar. Caesar is one of our protagonists. Brutus is our antagonist. Yeah, I might be working on this guy. You can see like this is classic shading and cross hatching here when it comes to Pitbull's muscles. So, I really enjoy values like this because there's nothing. I guess like the most challenging thing when it comes to pen and ink is really making muscle work, like making muscle feel like CB Smallwood. CB Smallwood. Hey, CB, can you update us all on Wildcat? What is happening with Wildcat? Because I know somewhere over here, I got Wildcat drawing, CB. Where's my Wildcat drawing? I'm going. You're going to force me to dig out. Hold up over here. Okay, everyone, hold up. We got CB Smallwood in the house. In this stack somewhere, I have a Wildcat drawing that. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, everyone. I thought it was on the top. Where the heck is it? Jeez, where is this? There he is. Come on, CB. What are we doing? What are we doing with Wildcat? Come on. We got to get this guy out there. We have to get Wildcat into the ether. He deserves to be in the world. He deserves to be seen. Come on. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to some TBF talk. So we have this like really big sequence here. And the sequence is now 7 pages. It started this sequence started as 4 pages. Now it's 7. Because the way how like one of the ways that I approach like a sequence, okay? A lot of times I'm just here at the table and I'm just like noodling. And I'm just like, what would be cool? Like, what do I have to do? And I love the idea of Pitbull getting dropped from a ship. Very Rob Liefeld, very 90s style. When I think of this, I think of Deathmate Red, Rob Liefeld's Shadowhawk number 0. He did this a lot. He liked to drop his heroes, even Chapel, like the Chapel miniseries that was drawn by John Stinsman. Like he's always dropping his heroes from the sky. Okay, he does in Youngblood 1. It's endless. So I'm like, I have to make a riff on this. I have to contribute to the drop. So the drop happens as you can see. So I go from that page to this one, and it's just three panels here. Pitbull running, soldiers running up, Pitbull deflecting bullets. Okay, and then I'm like, well, he's going to go through the soldiers, right? Like these guys are nothing to him, so we gotta like do something. So the idea was that the soldiers kind of unveil almost like a Rancor monster, like Luke Skywalker, Return of the Jedi, and then the Rancor monster, or as I'm calling him, Brutron just completely nukes Pitbull and turns him into this. Now, at this point, we have a little bit more of a revelation of the nature of the mission, and Caesar is like, can you complete the mission? And they're going through these like scenarios as we learn about this other element of Pitbull's power and his abilities, which is he's able to control the cells, like individual cells for regeneration. He's able to focus and regenerate. Like if he needs an arm, he can just focus on the arm. He doesn't have to build up anything else. Because a lot of times when we see that power in comics, it's like it doesn't seem very useful. It really doesn't. And there's like this whole double page spread coming, but even before I get to that double page spread, I yeah, like I have to fill in the blanks. So what are the blanks? Caesar's dropping. He needs to crash through the top of the building to get to this page. This page, he needs to go through the hold on, we're getting some. I'm going to approach all of these chats in the next 2 seconds. So Caesar needs to go through the soldiers, and then the soldiers need to trigger the Brutus. So there's one page, and then here's the other. Now Brutus needs to fight. Pitbull needs to fight Brutron, get shredded, and that leads to this page. So like you see, like I started with 4 pages here, and I'm adding pages in between everything to explain some of the elements a little bit further. This is a step I feel like a lot of people ignore because they never put themselves in the mind of the reader when they put together a comic. They really don't. I always put the reader first. Like I'm editor first, meaning if I have to redraw something, I redraw it. If I have to add a page, add a page. If I have to add a panel, I add a panel, and that's it. Moving on. So we got some of that to work on, but I think we might just noodle away at some of the remnant here. I don't know. I was also debating getting into my Turtles sketchbook because people, we're almost at the end of the sketchbook here. Like, look, there's only a few pages. So I've been I just wrapped up the 91 Turtles. Okay, and now we're on year 92. So we go alphabetically, but look, we have Dr. L, we have Half Court, which is this giraffe. This figure is so wild to me. He has like a basketball net around his neck, and all his accessories were black. Like he has a black basketball. He was a tough guy to color. So, and then we have Hothead, which I'm in the middle of working on there. Murdude, who is my maybe my new personal favorite next to Ground Chuck. Mona Lisa, the babe, the second girl from the entire line so far. Mountie Moose, Sandstorm, and I'm doing like a cool, like almost like Aladdin, like purple effect with this. I also wanted to kind of do a character that looked like he was like in thought and not in action, and I thought him with his because that's one of his accessories. I thought that was cool. Then we have Scale Tail, and as you can see with Scale Tail, I have 2 separate arms drawn. One of these will get erased. One of my rules for this sketchbook is to erase as little as possible, but I just really felt like I wasn't selling some of his design too well with the pose. So we're just doing this, and we're really showing off. One of his arms is completely comprised of snakes. Yeah, he's like Medusa on cocaine, on the good cocaine. So we got that, and then we're to year 93, and we just have Hotspot, Rhino Man, Scratch, Super Shredder, Chef Boyardee, mail away exclusive, and then we are hitting Krang Body for 94. Then we got 2 makeups because I did forget Mausers for the 89 series, and I forgot the Rat King, and then like we're just about done. Like we're just about done that, and then I'm gonna be doing like a full sketchbook update. But if you guys want to know, like, what am I really interested in? Well, I'm really interested in movie adaptation. So this is an upcoming live stream. Now Comics, Universal Soldier. Now Comics does not get enough credit, but holy crap, were they a fantastic company. I love everything about Now Comics. They're very much like a Valiant Comics, where the people making the books were really about paneling, storytelling, the flow of the reading for the reader. They were mindful of these things. So I'm very upset I don't have the painted cover for issue 2, but I got these for like $1. So that was a steal. So upcoming live stream for that. I'm also reading this again. Look, this book's been like, look at it. Like, this book has been beat up and read and reread by me a few times. I just love picking it up. But I'm going through Power. Yeah, it's just like really cool things. Like this is really what I'm interested in. This is a bulk of my reading. I spent years away from comics so that I can come back into comics with a, I don't know, with what I view to be a more nuanced perspective. I'm also doing March of Robots. So this is another sketchbook that it's very quick. A lot of the drawings are super easy, but I'm doing like a little bit of a splatter effect for the title pages. But here we go. See, we have RoboCop, Vision. We got some fun stuff. Wally. Who's this? Robotron from Masters of the Universe. I forget his name. Data from Star Trek. First time ever to me drawing the Star Trek Enterprise there. But like, you know, Astro Boy. But you can see, like, again, this is a designed sketchbook. It's a designed experience. The idea for this is, what is happening, people? I think I'm losing juice. Warlock. And then, like, you know, like very quick, I'm going to catch up on this. I got Chappie here, Bender, but, you know, and then this is the stencil for my splatter. So, everyone, give me 1 second here because my computer should be charging. It's not charging, regardless of the indicator light. Not good at all. Let's see here. What are we doing? Is it the brick? No. Yeah, not a good sign, people. I don't know. I mean, my computer looks like it's about to die. Power saver mode is on, even though it's plugged in. So, not a good sign, everyone. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do. I mean, we're already 30 minutes in, so. But hey, cheers to all of you. Let's get through some of these chats. To answer the Wildcat question, CB Smallwood over here. 2 things are happening. First, me and a few other people working on Wildcat anthology. Just sort of happened. Wildcat Dead Man Walking is about a year away. Your storytelling is really good. Thank you, CB. Your art puts me in mind of Chap Yap. I can't. Yeah. You know, like this. This was somewhat. I had Chap Yap. His Stone and Sorcery, or what's it? Stone and Sword and Stone, the Maximum series book in my mind, kind of with this pose. I didn't reference it, but I had it in my head. Yeah, I mean, Chap Yap, geez, like, what is he doing? You know, like, he's someone that really needs to return to comics. I used to get Ghostbusters now, and I think that was, yeah, they published Now Comics, Speed Racer, Terminator, Ghostbusters. I mean, Green Hornet now innovating. That, you know, like, these Now Comics was way ahead of the licensing boom that really would later take over comics in the early 2000s. Now independent companies are tested by how well they can get a license and how quickly they can get like a major license or get a cheap license and make something out of it. That lettering, yeah. Thank you, dude. But CB, okay, come on, dude. You gotta give me a Wildcat short story, 2 pages, 3 pages. I would love to do a cool 3-page story, just something wild. I don't know, but I think you gotta push Wildcat. I think Wildcat it's a winner. It really is. Wildcat would be today's pick. And you know, we can probably have Wildcat cross over, right? I mean, I don't know. Wildcat versus Pitbull. I mean, that's a match made in hell. Let's do it. We got to do something. So, cheers to that. Yeah, so I don't know what's really happening with this computer. Doesn't seem to be charging, even though I was charging it way before anything. So not a good sign. Actually, I can probably do a backup. I always have a backup. So what if I pulled? It might take me a couple seconds, everyone. Here we go. We are going to tackle this. We're going to get these things done. There we go. All right. Backup power supply is right here. I'll do some inking. Look, see, I'll always have a backup, people. Why buy one when you can buy two for twice the price? What movie is that from? So one of the things, has anyone been successful? Like, leave a comment. Let me know. Help me out. Has anyone really been successful on this grade? Like this audience grade with giveaways? I know CB, you've been pushing a mailing list. So I'm curious on, is that helping you? And we're back. Sorry about that. I had to blank out there for 1 second. All right, so we're back. We're drawing. I don't know. Let's just go and let's just burn the midnight oil together. CB Smallwood, what are we saying? Yeah. Thanks, bud. Yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, I had to cut the feed real quick to get that power going. So yeah, so let's ink. Inking materials. I whenever I put things in the frame, I always do this. Right here, crow quills. These are number 7s, A7, and that's it. That's all you need. Where is my blot paper? You gotta blot as you go along. So here we go. And then look, see, this is how you know someone is a real comic book inker. I always have ink on my left hand. Always. But yeah, so any questions out there as I'm working on this, feel free to rifle them off. I may talk a little bit less because, I'm just concentrating and focusing and, I don't know, living in a fantasy world as I'm inking this. But I will look at comments. I'll be able to respond. Yeah, and we also started early. Originally, I was going to start at 11. And I don't know. I just get anxious sometimes. Sometimes with the later start times, I get a different people. So when it comes to Monday night draw and claw, as long as it's on Monday, I mean, I think we're good, right? But everyone, really, I love hanging out with all of you. I'm always grateful for anyone that gives me the time of day. But I think CB and I need to collab and do some really cool stuff. Because, I don't know. I mean, Like, why wouldn't you want to collab and make some cool crap? With the power of the AKA Pad Army behind you, anything's possible. So here we go. All right. Yeah, so a lot of this too. So one of the things I do, even though it looks like I rush to add blacks, I'm always hesitant in what blacks to add and where and why. But sometimes to post, like I will, like almost like force myself to put blacks down so I can do a quick post to give everyone a piece of the content drip. But yeah, so like a lot of this too is almost like drawing and redrawing at the same time. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, 42 is great. Yeah, I saw like some of the stuff you were doing. I like those paper bag drawings. Like I like did you see what I'm doing? Because I saw your paper bag drawing, CB. Let me get this out of the way. And I think tomorrow I'm going to do another one of these because I like to do Turtle Tuesday. But I've been doing these like cardboard pizza drawings. I got one here. This one's going to be Leatherface. So I'm pumped about that. But we got Krang here. We have Raphael with the Casey Jones mask from the Image Comics series. So I don't know. Like I saw what you were doing. It kind of really, I thought we were congruent on the effects of brown paper and black ink. I just saw it. Cardboard and marker or black is just amazing. It's just, the color combo is just awesome. Yeah, I think I am like CB. So when you and I were originally talking about the mailing list, like I already kind of had it, a lot of it planned out. It was just getting around to executing it. So, I know you and there was another Twitterer kind of also looking to start one, and I was talking to like multiple people at the same time about it, just to kind of like again curious on goals. Like the way that they were incentivizing people to sign up. So, but I kind of also had to really put in time for my website, the akapad.com. And dude, like it really became like that type of cycle where the type of backlog and what I wanted available on akapad.com kind of had to complement the need of a mailing list. The mailing list had to complement me generating product. So like, again, like very like circular stuff. And I kind of want to say I made some of it too big, which I kind of think I do too much. Like I should have really had my mailing list about 2 years ago. But it's happening now. We got a really cool trading card coming, which is like right there. The Wolfpack trading card. CB, if you want to sign up for that mailing list or just forward me, I think I have it, but I know you're a part of Trial by Fire. You'll get one of those trading cards as soon as they're ready to go, and they do ship worldwide for anyone else that's listening. That's right. I don't care where you are. If you sign up for the mailing list and you have a valid address, you will get a trading card. That is it. So, but yeah, and then here too, he's going to have like this like bloody leg. Like really cool stuff, man. I love, ever since I was a kid, I always like love seeing heroes bloody with like a torn up costume, or I don't know, just like if they have like a helmet on and the helmet's cracked and you see like the eyeball coming through. There's just something insanely tough and like heroic about that, like at the same time. And I never got tired of seeing it. Here we go. But yeah, so like like a nice cool bloody leg here. that might be a little bit tough to see. But CB, really, dude. I love that you're still in the game, even though, and bravo, because like, hey, everyone too. Anyone that's watching and listening on YouTube, CB Smallwood did something that I think is great. You know, like you did disappear for a while, right? You disappeared and you came back, and when you came back, you had, I feel like you had more of a direction. You know, like you maybe were a little bit rudderless at one point, but I feel like you've got a momentum, you got direction. Like I think you pulling back was the right move. Like I can't do that. A lot of times I wish I should, like looking back. I'll slow down sometimes with my posts though. Because you can't post all the time. Like, yeah, I did a whole like road trip to St. Pete's, Florida, and like I posted pictures, but like I didn't get any pictures with me and the people like I was there with. Like, which is kind of just again like maybe just like lost too much in the moment, and which is the point, and I wasn't too upset about myself over that, because even though I do like doing the content drip, I also like kind of being in the moment so much that I'm not thinking about my phone. And I think today that's one of the hidden, one of those secret skill sets is what do you do? Like, what's your trick to put the phone away? And that's different than thinking you're above social media. I think anyone that has something to sell, like including yourself, you have to kind of do things on social media, and you have to get good with the marketing. You have to get good with interactions. Uh, yeah, 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 dude. Like that's the part of like the back and forth. Like it's the idea of 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Dude, that's the eternal life lesson, CB. And yeah, I kind of like, yeah, it looks like that's what you were doing, but bravo, dude. Like honestly, like no joke there. But I think Wildcat is something. Uh, so I don't know. You gotta hit me up. Let me know what you need. Need a logo. Need some digital pre-press, trading cards, concept, uh, ideas of who to collaborate with. Maybe let me know. I'll do everything I can to get things going for you. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise, but the nib clawing into the paper is like one of the best sounds. And like kind of look, one of my ideas, like even with drawings like this, there's so much like storytelling that's involved with something. Like even though this is just kind of like a pinup or a cover, and you don't need to have much of a story, the piece is better if you have a little bit of a story in mind. And for this, like I really just wanted to draw the character as like I never seen him like this. No one drew him like this for Bill. So so the idea is that like he is 2 seconds away from either winning this fight or losing this fight. like yeah, I mean, I've been using it, dude. No joke. I'm here we go. Ready, CB? I think CB and I might be around the same age. So I I'm 43 now. Okay. My nib inking, and I would say brush inking, which is also here. See, I keep like I'm brush and I'm nib. Uh, Started when I would say roughly 14 years old. So that's how much time from 14 to 43 I've been using the nib. So, and I still don't feel confident with it. So I don't know, but I think there's ideas that happen with the nib that don't happen with digital. So, yeah, again, it's a material. It's no that different than an athlete. Like you're sometimes dictated by the strength of your equipment. I don't know. I think there's things that happen with the nib that don't happen in any other form of finalizing comic book artwork. So, I try and get the most out of it. When I work this way, I'm very quick. When I incorporate the brush actually slows me down. And you might be like, well, like, where would you use the brush? I would definitely use the brush in areas I want to pop. Like again, like thicker in the foreground, thinner in the background type of like philosophy there. So yeah, but I like the idea of almost like a flat line work with heavy blacks to separate the forms in the background. Like all of this is going to be black. Like this is going to be black. There's going to be chunks here that are going to be black. Like he's going to be in fire. So, and then at that point, oh geez, we just got some ink there. Whatever. But no, but then I'm also coloring this. And I guess like one of the ideas I had for that Wildcat piece I did was I kind of like the idea of him in blue fire. So I'm stealing that. I'm using that for this. Like he's gonna be in blue fire. One side's gonna be blue highlight. Okay. And everything, like nearly every little object here is double or triple lighting. So I can do like two different highlight sources, like blue here, maybe yellow here, and just round it out. Okay. And again, too, like the inking is dictating what I can do with the coloring. That's one of the benefits of doing it all like being almost like a one main weapon. But I think everyone should learn the nib and spend a lot of time with it. And that's it. Nibs are cheap. Ink is cheap. You don't even need bristle board paper, but bristle board smooth and vellum. Get both. There are strengths, and I'm switching to smooth here. I'm usually on like the toothy bristle board, but I'm on smooth here because I get to kind of glide and it speeds me up just a little bit more. So yeah, I take advantage of it. Faux show. All right, so let's do some of this here. Yeah, let's just fuck some shit up with some inks. Yeah, it's just think too many people today don't respect the nib. And I think that's their loss. I mean, like it's my gain, their loss because they're losing a effect. They're losing a way that the artwork can look. And I think even if you're a writer, like even if you're a publisher, like these are the things you should be somewhat like obsessed with. Everyone today too wants Yeah, like they call themselves a publisher just because they can run a crowdfunding campaign, and they effectively know nothing about the art form, and their books suffer because of it. They trust too much in the artist. Because keep in mind, like your job as a publisher is to make a product. That is it, and everything else is secondary. So a lot of these people, they kind of, I don't know. I want to say it's everywhere. Like kind of like young, amateur, like creative professionals. But there's almost like this little disease that happens that affects that it kind of consumes these people, and like that disease is they highly overvalue their skill sets. Like their skill sets are so in their mind are so high that they kind of forget that, like, not that it's not valuable, but they kind of forget that you know it's not valuable if you need to hire someone to do the work. So if you're paying, it's the skill set's not valuable because you'll find people. So when it comes to publishing and drawing and writing, I don't know. Think of yourself as working a miserable job, and you're just trying to get it done so you can like go meet your girl out for happy hour. Like what will come out of that is maybe what I think a lot of people are missing when it comes to being productive. And that's it. I mean, business process management. That's a lot of stuff I had to learn when it comes to utilizing my skills. And it's different too. Like if you're in a room of people and you have to kind of explain where your time goes, like you look at everything differently. And then like you kind of realize that you're like, holy shit, I waste more time. I literally waste more time than I do in utilizing my time. Even when I think I'm not wasting my time, I'm wasting my time. So I think it pays to be a little bit serious on exactly what you do when you sit down to work on something. When you sit down to do a live stream, when you sit down to edit a video, you got to do it with intent. And that doesn't mean it has to be like perfect. It means you're developing a higher skill set, so you memorize a variable so you can get it done quicker and better than most people. And if it's something you don't know, like your only objective at that point should be, get it done, be effective, but you kind of have to get those reps in to get good at it. And some of those reps, it takes 10 years. 10 years of constant work to learn something. And that's it. It's not complicated from that point on. Well, we are getting there. So the one thing I haven't done with his two fists yet, which is I'm debating on if they're armored. Like, because I like the idea of him having, like, I kind of sketched some of it here, like spicy knuckles, bloody bloody spiky knuckles. Like, I don't know, just something like that. Just something crazy. Again, something I would never see from this character otherwise. And that's like the other big thing too. It's like when it comes to overvaluing yourself. Yeah, if you are like publishing a book and you're not getting like the returns. I'm not saying like you're not getting attention, but you're not getting the types of returns you think the book warrants. So like you're making something of higher quality, you're making something a little bit better than the guy next to you. Maybe your intent is more truthful and honest, making a better product overall. Like these are all those little like microscopic decisions that form your product. But you have to like it's like again, this is something I do not see enough of. But you have to pivot. And you kind of have to take a back seat and realize that your idea may not be good. And that's the funny thing. Because, I'm kind of dealing with that with Trial by Fire. Give me 1 second, boys and girls. I have motion on my camera. And we have a raccoon. We have a raccoon coming into my alley. Too funny. Getting this knee pad done here. So, like, originally, like, I will put my signature here. But I'm kind of saying, like, fuck it. Because I want the idea of him, like, putting his weight on this leg and leaning on this leg. Like, kind of really getting ready for, like, either to take a final blow or to deliver a final blow. And my signature would interrupt that. So I don't know what to do about signing this thing because I want to use like this side for fire and more. So I don't know. Like I don't know where to sign it. I kind of don't care. But yeah, we're just getting things done here, having a good old time. Yeah, so like the point I was getting at though, it's I did a campaign for Trial by Fire, and I don't think I did enough when it comes to promoting it as of I don't know, like getting the development of that book rolled into the promotion. And I got to the point where I thought I gave myself 2 months. I thought I was going to have plenty of like burn time, to kind of just get it started, figure more out along the way. So, like even now though, I am so grateful for anyone that put their faith in me for TBF. But, look, It's going to happen. Those funds, I got, like, believe it or not, I got enough funds for like almost like a version 1 print run. So that's what I'm doing when it comes to TBF. It's going to be this definition of Trial by Fire. Like, Trial by Fire itself is a definition of Trial by Fire. So I just want to kind of get the book done so I can kind of either do a redux or do like a follow-up volume that will push some of these like other concepts that are introduced in Trial by Fire 1. But something like that, because I'm still not done with that story. But a lot of it too is just figuring out a little bit of that balance when it comes to the attitude of the book, because it kind of has these like very hard-edged sci-fi ideas attached to it, and there's just a lot of them that I battle with how to demonstrate within the story. And if I don't feel like I'm effective in that, in really kind of coming up with scenarios to show things off, then I got to change the story. Like, that's it. So that's part of the TBF holdup. No, I mean, I don't know. TBF action figures, jeez, I don't know. Like, who would be the only one? Like, Pitbull would be the only one people would buy, right? I would love to do like one Pitbull figure and go crazy with different colors for him, like almost like a pack of Skittles, and just kind of find different retailers, different partners. This guy over here like has a really rare pink one. This guy over here, and then do a Pitbull story that would illustrate that. That would kind of set up that scenario. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think when I was younger, because I am a child of the 90s. So, like, cross-platforming your ideas with other media, again, like, that's the nut that everyone from the 90s chased. Like, companies, corporations, teenagers, like, and by teenagers I just mean like young creators, like the Holo Hero guys. Like, everyone was chasing that nut. And I kind of, like, eventually you got to see that there wasn't a lot of payoff for pursuing it, because you had to have a good book. And I just think that got embedded in me at a young enough age where, I was kind of just maybe on like a authoritative level say to myself that, put the story first. Like, do a good story, make a good comic, and everything else for your entire life, your entire history will flow from there. But I did have some concepts for Davidson. He's the one with the visor. That David, it was called Plight of the Portal Rangers, and the whole idea was that Davidson would encounter, I think, 180 different versions of himself. And I had maybe like 20 or 30 of them designed at that point, all with the same power, just different designs, because that's a little bit how I deal with the multiverse when it comes to Trial by Fire. It's not as diverse, we'll say. The multiverse isn't as diverse as other fictions multiverses. Like, my multiverse is very strict. So I devised a story, again, to illustrate that hypothesis, that theory. Yeah, I mean, but CB, I love what you're saying, but I don't know. You can there's digital. I can forward them to you. So if I don't do it, just hit me up and remind me. There's companies now that will take a 2D drawing and they'll give you a 3D model within like 2 days, and it's not even that expensive. And in my eyes, it's not expensive. Uh, so I get what you're saying, but how about again, like just focus on like what do we need to do to get a Wildcat comic? We need a good Wildcat comic, but Wildcat would make the sweetest of the sweet action figures, though, like 1000%. Like I said, he's got that pit factor, right? And then they're like there's no pit. Like did Dale Keown lose the rights to Pit or something? Right? Because you would think by now he would crowdfund a Pit comic. Because he's doing work for Marvel. That's disgusting. It's hardly even good work. But here we go. See what I mean about this leg here. Like the entire pose comes down to a little bit of a thigh and like a knee. I don't think it sells otherwise. And then we're gonna do some sweet like fire here coming off of him. Again, dude, like this guy is supposed to be in like a level of pain. So part of the like technique or like the chaos of the crow quill is like the way you can kind of really control the pressure. So you can go from like almost a heavy line to a thin line within one stroke, and that variation just adds so much character to the piece. And again, too, like like that's the way you look at it. It's like I don't look at this as like, oh, this is how I can get this done. I look at it on the perspective of if someone's going to put time into liking, commenting, like retweeting or rebroadcasting one of my drawings, like like I want to kind of give them this incentive to do it. Like like I want them to be excited to show it to someone. So like I put more detail, I put more line work, I put more effort into it for those reasons. And again, too, these are a lot of concepts I just feel like escape. So many, even people that are like, kind of doing major things when it comes to crowdfunding comics. And I say crowdfunding because I don't believe there's anything happening with the big two right now. Like the next comic book wave, the next superstar will be through crowdfunding. It won't be like, geez, for the first time in, geez, forever. Like the next big artist will not come from DC or Marvel. It will come from Indiegogo. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think Pitt definitely made Keone, because even when Keone broke away from Image, he was doing Full Bleed Studios, and I think he had like a couple spin-off miniseries. He was publishing Pitt maybe like 4 times a year, but those books sold. Pitt always sold. Uh, the one and true Image mascot too. Everyone used Pitt, even like Shadowhawk. Didn't Pitt like cross over even with Shadowhawk? Like Gen 13 was like the highest book in the game, right? Like Gen 13 issue 3, volume 2 issue 3, Pitt's in there. It's amazing. But I can't believe he sold it to Top Cow. What the hell? And then Top Cow just only lets him draw it? Top Cow should have did their own Pitt series. Like, why buy it? I'm just like looking at the cross hatching for this leg here, and I'm not liking it like at all. So here we go. All right. Yeah, I should look that up because how close am I to that sword and stone that I'm thinking of? Sword, stone, maximum press. Here we go. Sword, stone, maximum press. War Child. Oh, it's called War Child. Jeez, what am I doing here? War Child. Jeez, All right, so hold up here. What do we got? It's like a promo image. Where is it, dude? Look at this. Is this it? I think this is it. No, maybe that's not it. But I mean, come on. War Child is as a book. It's on another level. It really is. And you know what too? Maybe I'm not thinking of a because I thought War Child had uh two miniseries, right? I'm looking for like just issue 1 here. So maybe what I'm thinking of was this promo poster. So maybe I don't know. My pose looks nothing like that. I thought I was emulating a little bit more of a different pose. Well, I guess it pays to have things in your head because you actually like you think you're ripping something off, and then the truth is you're actually not. So, boom. Yeah, I mean, like it's insane. Like Pitt's crossovers alone, uh, like bring Pitt back to Image has got like what is Image even doing? Like I feel like Image and Boom studios and even IDW, like they're just doing all of these like weird concept books that don't seem exciting like at all. There's just like nothing cool about these books. And like if you told me that, I mean, I would have believed that Image Comics would have imploded before, like I would have believed that at one time. Like if you were like, Image Comics is just going to explode. Then you're like, okay, I I kind of see it. But if you told me when I was younger that Image Comics would evolve into like static, slow moving, traced, wordy, bad concept uh books and not do like the crazy superhero shit, I would have thought, I would have said you were nuts. I would have said never. Never. But I guess that's where we are. Like LOL. Jokes on us for thinking some of these creators were more than what they told us they were. I just like, even like, how do you do what they did to Marvel and then later just kind of give up? That's really how I feel about all of them. Even now, like even Spawn, even Savage Dragon, it just like Spawn 2 just comes off as so sterile. Like, where no fire, no heat. Like, I can't tell you that. Like, you used to buy Spawn and kind of just say to yourself, like, what, like one of these days, I'm gonna be like as good as who followed Capullo, the guy that was drawing Kiss Psycho Circus, Angela Medina, like, like, or Dwayne Turner, or even like Capullo. Like, you would be like, like one of these days, like I'm gonna be as good as this guy. I'm gonna be as good as him, no matter like whatever it takes. I mean, what Image book would you pick up now to say that? What artists would you go to now to say that to yourself? I can't think of any. I mean, like Image wise and Spawn wise, there's guys like Rob Willis that I completely like adore, that I have like almost like an artistic like main crush on. Yeah, and like that's a little bit of how I view what I'm doing. Like, like I'm keeping the fire by, like, I'm keeping the fire lit by working in the style and the method that, Angel Medina also, his Kiss Psycho Circus work, some of like the absolute best Kiss work ever. Like that book, that series, I think he was on it for 32, 33 issues. It was insane. The best music comic ever. The best rock and roll comic ever. The best non-Spawn book that McFarlane ever put out was Psycho Circus, because of his artwork. Like, his stuff was just mind-boggling. Yeah, I mean, I remember Medina when he was working on Infinity Watch with Marvel, and he was, impressive then. But there was like, dude, when Liefeld broke off for Awesome Comics, dude, that was very exciting because there was U.S. Agent with Platt and McGinnis, the Coven with Churchill, Stinsman on Scarlet Crush, Liefeld on Rejects. It was too much. Alex Ross and Alex Ross, Chris Bruce, and Alan Moore on Supreme. It really did. Yeah. I don't. Well, when McFarlane said, I don't understand. Am I crazy, CB? Didn't McFarlane say that these are like the first Spawn #1s, like since Spawn #1? But there was Tales of Spawn and Curse of Spawn. Like, there's been other Spawn #1s. I just feel like, like he's really, I don't know, man. Like, I get why he gets attention. I understand that, but I think in his mind, other things are happening, and I never thought I would say that about McFarlane. I never wanted to, but I think other things are happening in his mind than what he's saying. But he seems to be live streaming. Like, he's on someone's live stream like 5 times a week. So I think we're CB though, dude. Awesome hanging out with you, man. Like, thanks for filling in the blanks for some of my tangents. So yeah, I guess this came into a remnant drawing night. So here's what we'll do. Critical for any crow quill. Let that water drip out of there. Put it on a rag. And then what I got to do is I have to figure out what I'm doing with these like gauntlets. Look, the benefit of smooth paper too is you can kind of draw the hell out of it and you're not destroying the paper. The lead comes right up and you kind of still have like, like your underdrawing there. Pretty good trick. But all right, everyone, CB, you. Thanks so much, man. Like, you made this a fun sesh. Oh, wait, hold up. You know what? Marvel copying Modern Image. Why break a proven? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Marvel and DC just baffle the shit out of me anymore. And I don't want to like act like I can't like I'm high horse, like backseat quarterback or Monday morning quarterback type stuff, but I don't know. I don't know where their decisions come from. I really don't care. My goal is to get Wildcat done. So CB, hit me up. We'll talk a little bit more in the DMs. Love your channel. Everyone subscribe to CB if you're catching this. Thanks for hanging out. I love you. And until next time, Monday night draw and claw. Go to my website. Yeah, check out my website. Sign up. Let me get your address. I will send you an awesome trading card. Love you, everyone.